now we're into what Panantukan is often known for, which is the limb destructions. We're going to start with the arms first. So what is a destruction? The idea is that you're targeting a limb. And again, it comes from the weaponry. And for example, if I have a knife, this is a training knife, of course. Imagine he had a knife and he comes in here, he stabs, and I cut right here. Well, that arm is not working well anymore. So if I do this, he comes in and I thrust to the body, he retracts it, and he's going to keep thrusting at me because that's not going to end somebody. They're probably going to keep going. The chances are, because human beings can be incredibly tough, even though we have some incredibly vulnerable spots as well, but they can be incredibly tough. And so someone can be stabbed many, many times. So if the idea, if he's just continually stabbing, I go, like this, and I go in here, well, we're both dead. And the game, the idea is to not be the dead one. Okay, so that's why in Filipino martial arts, when he comes in, this is the primary. He stabs again, right? And I go at it again. He goes again, I move again, and we're trying to really affect that limb so it doesn't work. So that's the same thing we're going to do in the Filipino boxing. Toss that over there. Now, when we hit the limb in boxing, what we have to realize is it's not a cut anymore. Just imagine I had a knife again and he threw a punch out there and I went like that. Do you think that might, with a knife, do severe damage to the biceps? What do you think? Yes, of course. It's a sharp knife and he throws a punch and I go like this. You cut that, you're cutting the nerves, you're cutting the muscles. That is maximum damage, right? So, same thing. He throws that punch and I hit with my knuckle. Is that doing devastating damage? What do you think? No, it's not doing devastating damage. Now, I will say, if you happen to hit the ulnar nerve, right, or if you end up in the nerve somehow and really hit it well, it can get that whole sensation where your hand can't really close well, you get such a stinger. That's a possibility. But the likelihood of that happening, not that high, especially when somebody's throwing not one punch, but a bunch of punches at you. Remember, when we're doing these, empty hand, it's different. We don't have a knife in our hand. Filipino martial arts, Southeast Asian art, there's usually an art which includes dancing and demonstration that's for an audience. And then there's the fighting art, which is designed to save your life against a violent attacker. If he throws a cross, right, and I go whoop like this, and I just kind of move out, you see, again, he comes in, bang, and I just pop it. I'm going to have him hold his arm out there for a moment. I move out of range, and like we're saying, sometimes when we're slipping back, guess what? I can't really throw a punch at his face, but I could take a little chip there on the arm, and maybe after a couple of those, something happens. Or maybe I do get the nerve just right, and it has a more immediate effect. But that's something you could add into your boxing that's really helpful. But this is what I used to do. If he throws a punch, and please don't retract it this time because you're going to make me look bad if you do. Okay, so I go all this sort of thing, right? So I went finger jab, right? That's the gluten there. Come back again. All that. Ooh, we're doing a movie. We're doing that. Right? You know what I'm not doing in a movie? Throws a punch. That's just, what was that? We have to understand the difference between what is functional and what is really cool to look at.